Well, hello there, people. I just want to talk about the so-called Republic or conservative people out there. I hear them talking all the time on the radio and shit, and they like to call themselves like conservatives, or whatever. They like to call themselves Republicans. I guess the good thing is though about these these like mainline, I guess you could call them talk show hosts. I was listening to them on the radio sometimes if they're, if I come across them. They are actually, I hear some of them even upset at, the Republicans like Boner and McConnell and McCain and even Romney. So that's good. But a lot of them I just see are just so pro war, just for like all these wars like John McCain and, like Hannity and O'Reilly, all those, those idiots on Fox News. But I'll say this: the neocons and the mainline Republicans, I would say they are better than the Democrats, but they aren't the answer. But they're like, these people think that the government lies and shit, about domestic issues, but when it comes to foreign issues, they don't think the government ever lies. I'm sure they don't even know what the military-industrial complex is. They don't know about, the lies that got us into war with Spain or World War One or World War Two or Vietnam or Iraq. I mean, do they pay attention to those? So when like an event happens and we come out and we say, well, should we investigate if our government lied about this event? They, oh, let's just go to war. Let's send their troops to war and kill thousands of them. Oh, let's not investigate it. And then I hear people calling Obama like, oh, Obama is so, such a pussy on foreign policy. How is, if you look at the mainline, Democrat, what a Democrat's kind of supposed to be on foreign policy. A Democrat's supposed to be pretty anti-war. But look what Obama's done. He's bombed like fucking 6 countries. We're in 2 wars right now. I guess you could call it one, where we're bombing in Iraq and Syria. We're on the brink of war with Russia, kind of. It's pretty much an economic war with Russia. So how is he, fucking a pussy on foreign policy? I don't. If anything, he's too very, very harsh on foreign policy. These people just have to wake up and realize that they don't even know that we actually fund the people who we're fighting against. We fund the terrorists. It's come out in mainstream news all over the place. We fund terrorists. Colonel Anthony Schaefer says it, that we fund the Syrian rebels, which over 65% of them are ISIS in the Pentagon documents. So, I mean, how much more evidence do you really need, neocons? Yeah, you won't hear them talking about that on the radio. All it's about, you know, we got to put ground troops in Iraq and start another 10-year war. Yeah, oh, yeah, we got to start another 10-year war for this fake threat of terrorism, because terrorism really kills a lot of people each year, That's really a big threat right now is terrorism. How about cars? They kill 30,000 people a year, yet people aren't willing to give up their rights to drive. But we gotta get sexually assaulted at the airports. We have to have all these restrictions in for terrorism, yet that's not even a big threat in the grand scheme of things. Even if you look at the most violent terrorism year ever here in America, 3,000 were killed, and but still 30,000 were killed via cars. So cars, even on the worst year for terrorism, 10 times more deadly were cars. And even if you look at 9/11, I greatly question 9/11 and government involvement. But even if you believe the real story about 9/11, we don't stop terrorists by taking away people's rights. That's how the terrorists win. We stop terrorism, like at 9/11. If you believe the official story, and even if you don't, the fact is we had numerous documents, numerous warnings for 9/11. So we don't need to take away people's rights to stop terrorism. The evidence is right in front of our face. The documents are right in front of our face to stop terrorism. So I'm just tired of all these neocons embracing all this war shit and all this. They don't realize that the numerous lies that are involved in war, and I think they need to wake up, and we need to wake them up. But it's good though that they are, some of them are becoming a little bit more, patriotic, I guess, and questioning Republicans a little bit more. But still, we got to get out of these wars and bring our troops back home, because we don't need to fight unnecessary wars worth trillions of dollars that we actually are funding the terrorists in. So there you go, people. There's my little speech there on neocons, because it was just really pissing me off. So I wanted to make a video about it. So there you go, people.